live here legally. If America gets destroyed, I have a country to go. But what about you? Where are you going to go?
Unfortunately, nowhere, which is why okay.
What you're doing is just sheer waste of time. It calls for your contribution, my contribution to make this country great. But if you want to destroy it, I'm not going to allow that because I have my kids there that came here.
How are they destroying it? How are they?
Okay, one, they don't understand that today being a Saturday, there are people working. They should go and work, contribute to the economy of this country to make sure that this country become better.
Yeah.
But they are here wasting time, bullshitting, they get everything for free, Medicaid, Medicare, and EBT and all that bullshit. Come to Africa, cash and carry. If you don't have money, you're not going to eat. You understand? You guys are here and you are just making noise for no reason. I mean, well, what kind of people is this? And you think all black people are stupid? It's not all of us who are stupid. I mean, America give people the opportunity to fool too much. The stupidity is too much.
He's more than welcome to talk. Okay. I just don't want to trigger the.
I get it. We'll come over here.
This is not a
hey, come.
I'm sharing an idea.
Hey, bro. Hey. That was well put.
He said, you people are out here bullshitting.
Literally, though. Wasting time. That's what I was going to say.
Oh, my
like,
gosh.
Do these people not actually have a job? Like, I was thinking, like, if these people are out there protesting Monday, y'all don't have a job. You can't have a job.
You hear what he said? He said, in Africa, if you do not work, you do not eat.
He said, shit, if you destroy America, I have somewhere to go. Where about you?
Where are you going to go?
She said, unfortunately, nowhere. He said, exactly. So what are you doing?
That's common sense. He can leave and we can't.
Bro, it's so funny, bro.
So
he really grilled her.
You're going to destroy the place that you live? That's crazy.
Today as violent in any way. Would you call these protesters rioters?
In no way, shape, or form, Stephanie. These are peaceful protesters. Guys, can I see what your sign says? We're live on MSNBC. Immigrants, Palestinians, resistance are not the enemy. Don't let the ruling class tell you who the enemies are. Libertad y justicia para todos, for everybody. Liberty and justice for all. Liberty and justice for all. How's it feel to be out here over the 101 with all these people honking in support of you guys?
It feels good to know. I mean, there's no reason for all of this. I mean, it's unlawful. We can't have a president who's a fucking felon, honestly. I mean, these are people who have been here. They provide for us not just labor, but they're human beings. They deserve rights.
Thank you so much. What's your name?
Leilani.
How about you?
Noemi.
I'm Jacob. It's nice to meet you guys. Thank you very much. Listen, there's some salty language out here, Steph, but feelings are running high and they're running hot. But I'll tell you one thing right now. This is a peaceful protest if I have ever seen one. This is where, some of those troublemakers were over the course of the last week or so, stopping traffic on the freeway, clashing with the riot police from the California Highway Patrol down there. That is not the scene right now. That is not what is happening out here. They want ICE out of L.A., and they're making no mistake.
They reported, the officers did, taking bottles and
Foreign
bricks
flags
and rocks being thrown at them by a group. And I don't like calling them protesters. The LAPD calls them agitators. They also call them outside agitators,
Rioters.
implying they were not part of the peaceful protest. They reported taking bottles and bricks and rocks from these agitators. That caused them to issue the dispersal order, and things deteriorated from there. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I've read those reports. I've also read reports and seen footage by Associated Press and NBC, both directly contradicting those reports, claiming that they were entirely unprovoked. Now, obviously, I'm part of a nonviolent movement. We have entirely peaceful protests. If there were any sort of violence by outside agitators, that's not something that we support. But the violence that I saw, the violence that Associated Press saw, and the violence that NBC saw were exclusively against civilians by law enforcement. And let me be very specific here. I have spoken to someone who was shot 3 times in the face with rubber bullets. Rubber bullets are meant to be, according to police protocol, shot off the ground and ricocheted and then potentially hitting someone, but more scaring them than anything else. Shooting them directly at someone is a violation of how those are supposed to be used, and that is directly violent in a way that cannot be defended. And that is my fundamental issue there. Frankly,
I think it can
just taking the worst possible situation, someone throwing a water bottle at you versus someone firing rubber bullets at high impact velocity speeds directly at your face, which could cause terminal brain injuries or even kill you, those things are not at all equivalent, and I think it's a disservice to the people of Los Angeles to present it that way. But, of course, obviously, I heard you guys were talking about fireworks and stuff. And I understand in that case, we obviously want to be careful when people are playing with literal fire after what happened in California over these past couple months.
You know what's funny? If you're actually stopping traffic and you get hit with a rubber bullet, that's justified.
That is, you're stopping traffic up. That's a problem.
I'm not gonna lie. If you are trying to assault a police officer and they shoot you with rubber bullets, you should feel grateful. You should feel great, because if he shoots you with a gun, ain't
that was
nothing.
on accident.
You're not gonna be feeling much for much longer.
After him, what the Florida sheriff said, somebody could have said, "Oh, I thought that's what we was doing." We heard a real bullet fly. Y'all throwing rocks and stuff. Y'all, after with the Florida,
they were dropping bricks off the highway bridge on cops.
Yeah.
That could kill you.
After what the
Talking
Florida,
about throwing a water bottle.
after what the Florida sheriff said, y'all still went out there throwing rocks. I know it's a different state, but hey, man, I would have stayed in the house.
Facts.
Like, come on, man. Y'all got lucky, man.
And good evening. We have that 6 breaking news alert. I'm Lisa Balick. Tens of thousands of Oregonians today out in force, joining the worldwide demonstrations against President Donald Trump and his policies. And outside at this hour, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement headquarters in South Portland. Federal agents and protesters are in conflict at this hour. CS gas has been deployed. Our Ariel Salk is live there with the latest.
Portland?
So there's still hundreds of people out here. ICE continues to throw those canisters of tear gas into the crowd. I'm going to step aside so you can get a closer look. We are going to try to give you a nice look of what's going on here. But there is a lot of profanity on site, so we're doing our very best to avoid that. Oop, as you can hear, that was some kind of flash or bang. Not sure where that came from, but it hasn't deterred the crowd at all. Earlier, when there was tear gas, the crowd would run and then go back, but now everybody's pretty settled in. They've got their masks. People are passing out waters and snacks and masks. Like I was mentioning earlier, the doors of the ICE building appear to be open or broken. We're trying to get a better, closer look of that as well. A bunch of people are running. We're not sure exactly what is going on. We're going to try to avoid from being hit.
Oh, shit.
Tear gas.
We're not quite sure what is happening. We are seeing tear. They broke the door in, apparently. That's what I'm
Transgender
being
just ran
told.
by.
We're seeing a lot of tear gas. People are running away. I'm so sorry for the profanity. We are trying to avoid that. But the tear gas is coming, blowing down the street that we're on.
Oh, this is crazy.
People have stopped running. They're kind of going back, but there is a lot of activity at this very moment.
Hey, Ariel.
Got a little bit of stage as well to kind of even that out.
Ariel, this is Lisa in the studio. Are you guys going to move back a little bit, just in case, in other words, you guys don't have masks on right now, just to get out of that? But like you said, the door has been breached at ICE, which clearly...
further back.
All across the country, thousands of people protested the Trump.
Let's go break the ICE building. Let's go break into a building.
Is that an insurrection?
Yeah, that's why the National Guard was deployed in the first place.
Like, we're seeing a week-long insurrection.
Yeah.
Hey, man, these people are, man, they're actually slow. Actually slow. On J6, did you see anybody picking up rocks and throwing them at police officers?
No,
they wouldn't do that.
Rocks? Nah, bro.
They somehow still bring up J6 like it's the worst thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
They let it go after that day, too. Y'all guys are still going.
Still going.
Like,
how long are they going to last?
I don't know.
Across the country, thousands of people protested the Trump administration in a massive movement. It's expected this will be the largest single-day mobilization since President Trump returned to office in January, with people in all 50 states participating in some sort of No King rally. While the vast majority of protests were peaceful, some turned chaotic, including here in Portland. This video shows the moment Portland police first declared a riot outside of the ICE facility at around 6:30 last night after a federal officer was injured by the crowd. The federal officer did not require medical treatment. Police ordered people to leave the area of South Moody and Bancroft or face arrest. Some agents fired tear gas into the crowd, warning physical force could be next if protesters continue to be violent. Police arrested one person for an attempted assault of an officer. Police say they saw some criminal behavior throughout the night. They made 2 more arrests. One was after police saw someone throw a rock at the building. Officers reported being pepper sprayed while making that arrest. At 1 this morning, police arrested a third person on Southwest McAdam Boulevard, who they say was picking up traffic control devices and putting them in his truck.
Portland police say all 3 arrests were strictly focused on criminal actions and not constitutionally protected free speech.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever go to Portland.
I wouldn't go there either.
Yeah,
I don't know,
I wonder
man.
how they would, like, if someone who hates us and lives there recognized us there, they would all, like, beat us up at once.
Recognize me, charge me. Hey, you threatening me.
But you ain't got no, you can't have, can you have?
It's America. Yes.
But if you go to Portland, you might not have nothing, bro.
You gotta have a Portland CC, but you can have it.
We're not
ain't
going to Portland, bro. We wouldn't go to Portland.
Didn't have it.
We wouldn't go to Portland unless we got invited, bro. Who goes to Portland?
But remember, people watching our videos were in Portland, you know, so they do have people everywhere.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true. That's true.
I'm not going to a liberal infested cesspool like that unarmed. I'm keeping it 100. That's scary. That's like stepping into a gorilla nest.
I would just call them racist, and they would freak out.
A peaceful protest of an estimated 10,000 people in Salt Lake City turned to chaos tonight. That is the breaking news we're following. I'm Jordan Tracy. Salt Lake City police reporting a shooting near 200 South State Street, possibly associated with tonight's No Kings protest that was taking place across the country and across the Beehive State. Let's take a look now at that scene that we saw earlier today of that protest as demonstrators took to the streets protesting the No Kings protest that we saw across the country. This is the moment our photographer realized something had happened, and people leaving that protest, running out of the streets as police started to respond to that parking garage there. You see that is on State Street and at 200 South. We're being told a person of interest is in custody, according to police, and one person critically injured, taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. As we continue to learn more this evening, we do have a reporter live on the scene. We're going to go to them now. Alyssa Royster from ABC4 News is there at the scene with what she can tell us at this time. Alyssa, what do you have?
Jordan, that's right. I'm here downtown where, yes, someone was shot during the No Kings protest. That person now in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Now, the anti-ICE protests, which they're being held nationwide, are meant to oppose what demonstrators see as power grabs, if you will, by President Trump. So the one here started at 6 p.m. at Pioneer Park. Police estimated that 10,000 people were marching through the streets, which was evident as it was hard to even get here with everywhere you looked, people walking with their flags and signs. So at first things started out peaceful, but then around 8, we started seeing people running on camera. Police then posted on X a few minutes later saying they were investigating a shooting possibly associated with the demonstration near 200 South State Street. That shooting turned out to be true. Again, that person now in the hospital critically injured. Now, this protest comes just after the one we had just a few days ago downtown. But with that one, other than a few small fights that police had to break up, an arrest, and a car being damaged, law enforcement actually thanked protesters for keeping it peaceful. Obviously, this was a different story tonight. Now, there is going to be a press conference happening coming up here soon, which I'll be here for, so I'll keep you updated. In the meantime, Jordan, back to you.
No, I didn't. You're on TV, and now you're pushing me on live television. All right, we didn't touch anybody. You know that's true.
Back up, buddy.
Thank you, I got it. So you can see, obviously, tensions are extremely high here.
Yes, because you touched the officer. Don't touch the officer.
We have video testimony. Nobody touched an officer. Okay. Obviously, massively high tensions here. These folks are tired. They are also hot. It's a long day, and it's been a long week. We clearly didn't touch the officers. You're on live television, sir.
Yes, you did. We were live on the air.
Thank you so much. We will stay back. We appreciate what you're doing here. Tensions are high. That was a moment that we haven't experienced very often here. I think that there has been respect between the media and law enforcement here. We have kept our distance.
I was getting a water bottle from a backpack. And then they started pushing forward. Okay, I just got my backpack then. And then they start shouting, move back. But I'm still like fixing myself up, my backpack, my bike.
Move
and
back.
Then they just push me. And I'm just instinct, I tell the cop, like, don't push me. I'm already moving back.
Yeah, tweaked.
And then the cop right next to him had a gun and just aimed and shot. He was like, what, like 2-3 feet away? After I got hit,
he did.
I couldn't really walk. I was just like too much in shock. And then they're still pushing me. I know some other protesters were trying to help me like walk, but they're still pushing them too, and everyone's shouting like, "Yo, he just got hit!" Like,
he hurt.
Let him breathe. Let him breathe. Like, and like I needed to sit down for a bit, but they just kept pushing. Right now I'm at home. The injury was sustained to my my groin. I have a bruised left testicle, and my right testicle was actually shattered.
That's fucked up.
They said
You
that
laughing.
they somewhat fixed it.
Shouldn't have
They
been
can fix it,
So
though.
it should have some function, but it's still very
That's
badly
fucked
damaged.
up, though.
They could not
dangerous.
give me an exact
hurts.
time of how much I gotta sit. They just told me to hit them up in 5-8 days, and then we'll see how I'm doing and when I can get back to work. They hadn't told anybody to move,
Nah, that
like
sucks.
to leave the streets.
But
because one thing that I
dangerous.
think
You
they're
laughing.
supposed to say is unlawful gathering or something like that. None of that was mentioned. I want to take it easy, but the 14th is a big movement, so I might be there on a wheelchair. So.
Oh yeah, well then, yeah, now I don't feel bad for you. You just finished it up with that. Don't feel bad for you no more. I
Bro
felt
just
bad for you
lost
that
his
whole
balls.
entire time. Just because, even though I know we don't agree, I know you was out there protesting, but I still felt bad as a man. I felt bad about that. But the very end, you said you'll go back out there. Don't feel bad no more. Just changed my mind.
They said that's nuts, but the ball was in his court and he got nutsacked. That's
Somebody
messed
said
up.
more of the story, wear a cup at riots.
He doesn't have the cojones to go live in Mexico. That's messed up.
Nigga said he's lying. He never had any balls.
Somebody said his voice used to be much lower. Yeah,
That's
I'm playing.
hilarious, man.
Yeah, no, that's it's pretty tragic.
Oh, that sucks though.
Sucks for that guy, but he obviously ain't learned his lesson.
Yeah, baby nut shots suck.
If that doesn't make you learn your lesson, I don't know what will.
It was actually multiple protesters that lost testicles this
Dang.
week.
You see by the nose ring.
I shot me in the nuts, and now I'm losing a ball. Surgery is tomorrow.
He's got painted fingernails. Yeah,
You didn't want your balls anyway, bud.
I don't give a darn about you, buddy. You guys aren't learning your lessons. You guys were looking to post internet videos and get clicks.
I would not share that.
I would not.
That's bad.
I'm down 2 of my jewels. You think I'm gonna get on the internet with painted nails and
Tell everybody.
and a nose ring and a receding hairline and tell everybody?
Look,
no,
Shit,
brother.
no.
When
No,
Monday
brother.
morning hit, this shit gotta stop. Enough is enough.
It ain't gonna stop.
Nah, it has to. Has to stop at a certain point, guys. You guys have to go to work.
She ain't gotta go to work.
I wonder what
They
the
gotta
4th
do
of July
something,
gonna
bro.
be like this year.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
We should do something.
Let us know what y'all think in the comments, though, guys.